Jesse, I want to talk to you about the weirdest emails that you have been sending me about gaming remotely. Jesse has been, Jesse, I'd said in the last episode, I think that there is a damper on my gaming enthusiasm in the virtual space. That when I'm on Tabletop Simulator, a 10 is going to feel like an 8. And an 8 is going to feel like a 6.
Totally.
That I'm having.
By the way, we're talking about moving on to the feature right now.
Oh, yes, thank you, sir.
We're talking about change.
Yes,
that's our theme. And
you should be the host.
Then,
you're doing a much better job.
No. I was just going to say, like, so we know that we're moving. I know you're moving on.
Yes. Good point.
But but please, basically the gist of it is I'm interested in creating the home board game experience remotely, like Tabletop Simulator is great for what it is, but is there a way to use our current technology but it feels like you're actually in the same room with each other? But go ahead. But continue your story.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. I've been playing on Tabletop Simulator, and in the past, I've played on BoardGameCore.net, where you can play some Splotter games and things like that, and it's always been disappointing. There is something about being face to face with players. That's why I play board games. That's why I really don't play much video games. I play very few video games because I like that personal experience. I like getting together non-virtually with people. And once you get together virtually, it loses some of its cachet. It loses some of the attraction to me, and it has impacted my enjoyment of the games. And so Jesse, just without even knowing that that's what I'm feeling and that's what's going on inside, just starts emailing me saying, I want to talk about, I have some ideas on how we can sort of re-engineer, and it's going to be a little complicated, but I got some ideas for how we can get something closer to the board game experience that we want to have. And I was like, holy cow. Wait until you hear some of this stuff. It's kind of like it's kind of mad professor type stuff, but you actually
not so much.
But you actually did it. Tell me about it.
The world is changing right now. Yeah.
Yes.
This pandemic is going to change how our society functions moving forward. There's a lot of businesses that are going down. There's a lot of new businesses that are going to be created right now, like from this experience. And so what is it? Zoom had. Oh, I don't remember. They had like 25,000 or 250,000, whatever. They had some relatively small numbers of people who were using the Zoom program, and now they're like millions, I think. And they had total infrastructure change. But everyone's doing it now, and then they're realizing they don't want to just talk on the phone, and they want to see their friends, and they want so everyone's getting on Zoom. I got on a Zoom call last night just to hang out with some friends, and we all for 4 hours. We were drinking martinis and just talking over Zoom. I've never done that before. Why did I do that? I don't think people after this, when you can totally go to somebody's birthday party, but they're just like, I can't. You can't make it. You could Zoom at least. I'll set up a monitor and you can be at this party. Like people can go talk to you and say like, oh, Tom is on the TV screen. He couldn't come over, but he's home and he wants to say hi. And unfortunately, people may not be seeing each other face to face after this. So they're like, do I really need to drive there? If I'm drinking, I'm gonna have to drive home. I don't want to pay for the Uber, so I'll just stay home and I can drink and I can hang out.
Right.
It's gonna change everything. So I'm interested in creating that home board game experience using technology. I've got me and my girlfriend here, and we're talking about different types of games that we could play with other couples. And actually, I think it's worth noting, a couple of weeks ago, somebody posted on our Facebook group about Blood in the Clock Tower via Tabletop Simulator.
Chris Gregory, friend of the pod. Yeah, he'd been playing it there.
And I don't remember if they used Zoom. I think maybe they did.
I don't remember. I can't say.
But I was intrigued by it. But again, Tabletop Simulator, it's fine for what it is. But I want to be able to see people. And so I've only tried, I'll call it the first tier of games that you could do. But I have a couple theories on how you could make them work for these other types of games. So the first category would be like party games. Okay.
Right.
So I was saying earlier, we played just one, and Alex was just like, why don't we play Secret Hitler? We could probably do that, right? And I was like, I don't know, but let's do it. Let's try it. And all we needed was Zoom.
Right.
And then I elevated I created a little elevation, and then I put the board in the foreground.
Right.
So as me hosting, they can see us in the background, and they can see the board in the foreground. And whenever there was secret information, so I have the game, I'm going to deal out cards to everybody. Okay. This takes a lot of trust. There's an honor system. Okay. You got to follow, but there's also ways of making sure people are being honest.
I'm out.
I don't trust you, Tom. You can't play this with certain people. Okay. So I'm gonna. We're playing with a couple other couples, and so I say, hey, Tom. Here's your card. I'm the host. I'm not looking at your card, and when I show it to the camera, I can't see the reflection of that. So I'm closing my eyes. I'm putting the camera up, and you're letting me know you saw it. And boom, we do that for everybody.
Could all the other people turn their cameras off?
You could, but honestly, I can see the person who's spying their card can see the other faces right in front of them, and they can see if anybody's cheating.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah, okay.
And the same thing with, okay, so President, who's your chancellor, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. I got the cards. So, Tom, I'm going to show you these 3 cards. Here we go. Here's card number 1. And I'm not looking, right? I'm holding it up. And you go, got it. Here's card number 2. Got it. Here's card number 3. Got it. Tom, which one do you want me to discard?
Wow.
Number 2.
Yeah. You can totally do it. Holy cow.
It totally works, Tom. And we were sitting there and we were really just playing the game. And we were, talking trash to each other and being like, I know you're fast again. And look what you did. And it was the same game. We were talking about afterwards, like, we really forgot that we were video conferencing. It was just felt like the regular game.
Dude, so you're saying we can do Avalon?
We can totally do Avalon, and we should create a night to do that. Seriously,
wow.
Like in the next couple of days.
Oh, my goodness. Paul is going to be so happy.
Mm-hmm,
that's amazing. Dude, so that's really great.
Yeah. So tier 2, okay? I haven't tried this yet.
Right.
But games with perfect knowledge.
Right.
Okay. So chess. Barrage. So this would require
18xx.
Yeah, so many games. This requires 2 things. So you've got the same Zoom, so you can see each other. That's important.
Right.
And then the host is going to have some sort of top-down camera.
Sure.
A webcam, if that can be tied in.
Sure.
You can do like a screen sharing thing. You could also, if you don't have that option, maybe you could prop up or somehow get like an iPad that's high-end or something that can be, or your phone, something that can sort of capture the board.
I'm not 1,000% certain, but I think that if I remember right, on Zoom you can do screen sharing. So so you could potentially have your
webcam.
Tabletop Simulator open and be broadcasting that on Zoom, possibly.
Right.
Don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think of another possibility. I'm not positive about that, but
I guess I'm also trying to think of. I'm trying to stay away from Tabletop Simulator.
Sure.
And other games, like, look, there are some games like, oh, well, I can play Catan remotely. We already have that, or whatever it is. It's on Tabletop Simulator, so I can just use that. But I'm like, I want to be able to just apply this to any game that's sitting on your shelf.
Right.
Is it possible to do that?
Yep.
So I have Barrage. I don't know if Barrage is on Tabletop Simulator or any other option. But I got this new game. It's not available anywhere, but I really want to play it with you.
Right.
Okay, it's a perfect knowledge game. You've got to see the board, and I'm the host, and I'm going to, you tell me what you want me to do. Perfect knowledge. So it's fine. You're looking at your board. As long as you can see it clearly, we're all good. Now, maybe you might need a second camera for seeing the player's tableau separately. And I would suggest, and again, I haven't tried this, but I'm guessing, if you put all of the players' tableau, you got a 4-player game, you put all the tableaus right next to each other in like a little, square cube, 2x2. Right. And you have a camera just on those, so you can see everybody's at a glance. Mm-hmm. And then the host is just saying, is facilitating everything. Okay.
So the host is going to move all the you tell the host which piece to move, and the host moves each piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So perfect knowledge games. So now the third one it's funny, simple games, but a little more complicated. Let's say we're going to play card games. Okay, there's some secret info.
Yeah.
So we're going to play Tichu, Bridge, or Catan. I know you're dying to play Catan, Tom.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So let's use that example, Catan. So again, the Zoom camera, that's the stable. You got to see each other. That's the connection.
But if the Tiddlywink hits the camera itself, it could shatter the glass. That's what I'm worried about.
True, it's true. You got to be careful who you play games with.
Okay.
And then you're going to have that top-down camera for the board.
Right.
Same. But now, how do I show you your cards? This is not Secret Hitler where I'm going to show your cards up one at a time. You got to always be able to see them. And I can't project them to you. And let's say we're playing, with you and your wife. Me and Alex and you and your wife are playing Catan because that's your dream. I can't just project that onto your screen. She can't see your private info, right? So if I call you, and we FaceTime essentially through our phones, and then Alex calls your wife, and they FaceTime. So I'm going to take my phone, and I'm going to point it towards cards, like basically take a Scrabble tile thing or anything that you can sort of mock up that can display cards, okay? And their backs, I will never, ever look at these cards as the host. I'm going to face them away from me pointing to an invisible seat that you would ostensibly be sitting in. And then I'm going to point my camera phone at those cards so that only you are seeing them. And then your wife is only seeing what's projected from Alex's phone in the same way. And then when you want to play something, you're telling me, I want to play card 1, 2, and 4. And then here we are. And I'm going to, buy a production card, whatever. And then I take those out, and then there we go. That's how you facilitate that. I'm guessing. I haven't tried that, but I'm very interested in that. Same thing with Tichu, more cards, but yeah. What do you think?
That's kind of amazing.
Right? You could do it. It's not that hard.
I think it's kind of amazing. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of work what you're talking about, but I also think that in order to be able to do something closer to the actual experience, it's got to be something like that. Like, could you play? I guess you could play Agricola then. And what I would do is I'd be looking at the occupations and the and the minor improvements, and I would say grab the third minor improvement and play it. That's what I'm doing here. And then you would pull that out and put it down. And dude, I think that would work. I mean, you have to that's two different things that you're looking at, right? You're looking at your phone and the screen for different purposes, but that's kind of like looking at your hand and looking at the board.
Yeah. I really want to try that. I really want to try this card version.
Folks, when I mentioned mad scientists, was I wrong? Was I wrong? I'm telling you, this is what
analytical gamer, I guess, is
you are the analytical gamer, and you've been sending me these emails, and I'm just reading them and going like, I don't know I think he's having a breakdown.
And I was excited. I shot up out of bed that morning, and I was like, wait, I got an idea.
I think it'll work. You know what? I think we're going to have to do this. I think we're going to have to experiment, and we'll have you on as a guest on one of the future episodes, and we'll deliver a full report.
I would love to see people, go on our Facebook group and post like their own experiences. By the way, I actually took a video. I recorded an entire game of Secret Hitler. I was tempted to post that.
Sure,
but
please do, and post it in the Game Brain site.
Yeah,
we would love that.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, dude. That's awesome. Holy cow! I said like 4 words for your segment, but it's because I'm a gape. I'm just kind of like, dude, somebody went to town on this. I think it's awesome. I want to play all these games. I want to try this because, like I said, I'm having a tough time connecting with games the way I used to, and maybe this would help. I think it's absolutely wonderful.
Hey, if you enjoyed that video, you very well might enjoy the other videos you now see being suggested to you on screen. Also, we'd greatly appreciate it if you could like, share, or subscribe to our Game Brain channel. Thanks so much.